I'm going to tell you another story. There's this guy named, another Abraham Bautista. He has homers, and he had a homer that he raised. He already raised this homer. It was an adult bird. He already raised this bird, but the bird used to go on the cables, so he didn't like it. Same thing. Put him here. This is before I had these birds right now. So it was the first time when I moved here. Same thing. I married him. He was following the female. I opened, and he lives about 6 miles from me. Never went back. 6 miles? No, maybe a little more. Maybe about 8 miles. Never went back. This is the bird that knows all the cardinal points and flew on everything. Never went back. So the trick, and I have a lot more to tell you, is watch the body language of the bird. If it's a youngster, put him in the adaptation cage. I just gave down a name right now because we call it acariciador. Of the caressment cage. I just gave that a translation. Okay? Put him there for about 2-3 weeks. That way they can see the behavior. Let go of the older birds. They can see the behavior of the older birds. Yeah, another thing, you know, some fancier says, no, I let them go hungry. I let them go hungry, that way he's got to come back. Well, a lot of birds don't come back, and they out there in the wild now, and they probably die of starvation because they probably will never come back here. I gave my friend 38 of my birds. I'm not going to say his name. 38 of my birds, okay? He lives far, far away, maybe about 250 miles. All right, 250 miles. 38 of my birds. A lot of them were youngsters. He's like, oh, I'm going to stock this. Oh, I'm going to stock him. I'm going to stock him. He lost about 28 of them. Okay? He said, no, man, don't worry about it. I just let them out hungry. They never came back, and they were hungry. So I feed them. All right? Would you want to go somewhere where they'll give you food? Would they starve you? Okay, I don't know how the bird thinks. Maybe you let them go hungry. Maybe the bird thinks, okay, there's food there. I'm going to come back and eat there. Maybe the bird said, man, these guys didn't even feed me there. I'm so hungry. I'm so mad. No, when the bird is full, he doesn't really want to fly that much. When the bird is hungry, have you noticed, you saw them, if you let them go, like they eat, you know, let's say they eat, the day before you let them go, and they just go and fly a lot, you know. But sometimes when you feed them a lot, you know, they don't really want to fly. Now if they racing, yeah, of course, you know, if they like 100 miles away, yeah, you got to feed them. All right, but to adapt them, feed them. I feed them, you know. I fed all those birds. Sometimes I don't feed them, because I know, I'm very confident that they're going to stay. But a lot of times I'll feed them, because if they don't stay, then they're going to starve. If they go and fly and get lost, they're going to starve, okay? I know that a lot of my techniques, you probably think I'm crazy, okay? And all this stuff happened. It's for real. This is what I do. I'm good at sticking birds, you know. I mean, I'm not bragging or anything. Somebody asked me to do this video, so I'm doing this video. When you're good at doing something, you know you're good at it, okay? If you're a boxing coach, if you're a kickboxing coach, you train your students hard. You take them to the fight, you know they're going to win. You know what they have done, okay? Because you know you're good at it. If you're good at computers, okay, you're going to say, man, I'm good at computer. Some people say I'm the best. I'm the best because you know what's out there. You know what people do. There's a lot of people these days that have birds that they really don't know what they're doing. Okay, I didn't know what I was doing when I started. Okay, and I'm still learning. That's the thing about birds. The beauty is that you learn all the time. I don't know everything. I don't know, man, tell you the truth, I don't know nothing. Because I learned by experience. One thing I don't do, I would listen to a fancier and to an expert, but I would not do what the expert tell me if I have another different experience, okay? Like with the gaditana, all right? The pigeon with the big pout. They tell me, no, you can never let those birds breed because they would get sick. They don't breathe good, and they are not just for breathing. What you got to do is you got to take the eggs and put it to the homers. Okay, guess what? I have a gaditana there that I bought for $100. That bird has already given me about 6-7 babies by herself, with of course with her mate. But I never really took the eggs and put it to she raised those babies. So I don't really listen when somebody tell me. I will listen if I get something in my gut that no, that's not true, because I'm doing this and it's working. So what works for you, you got to experience that. Okay, so with the hen, with the homing pigeon hen, same thing. All right, you get a hen that flew somewhere else before, you bring her here, watch the body language. Okay, if she's like don't care about the bird, and then don't do it. But this is what I do. Let's say you give me right now a homing pigeon hen that flies out your loft, was born there. You raise that bird and everything. What I do is I bring her here and I marry her with the cock. Of course, I watch the behavior. They lovey-dovey, whatever. Okay, I bring them out every day and I put them in the dog cage every day. Let them. What they're gonna do is they're gonna eat on the ground. They're gonna he's gonna ride her all the time and all that. Okay. Now it takes what? I don't know, about what? 2 weeks for them to lay eggs, something like that. So I can do this in as little as 2 weeks. Okay, I can let her go in as little as 2 weeks. So I'll watch her. When the cock is chasing her everywhere, okay, that means that she's about to lay the first egg. Okay, so what I do is I leave her inside. I let the cock out. What the cock is going to do is he's going to grab this pine tree things, and he's going to bring her in the nest. And she's there laying down, and she's going to bring her in the nest. He go in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Okay, like a day before she lays the egg or so, she's going to be just laying there in the nest. The cock is going to go crazy getting these things right here, put her in the nest. I let him do that, I let him do that, I let him do that. Ooh, nice. Okay, now what I do, I open, like when they're down, I open the door for the loft. But late at night, not late at night, but when the sun is going down, you know what I mean? Maybe like 6, 7, I don't know how the sun go down in your city. But over here it will be like maybe right now, the way the time is, maybe around 7:30, I open the door, I move, I let her come out. All right? She's not going nowhere because she like that. She likes to put the egg. The male is not going to let her go anywhere, and she doesn't want to go nowhere. Believe me. So, and if she goes, she goes. But for the most part, she's going to stay. All right? She's going to stay. I do that every time they give me one, I do that. Now, when I put this online on the pigeon pages, on this particular pigeon page, this guy's, a couple of them, oh no, that's not true. I say, okay, I'll tell you what. Give me your best champion bird. I'm going to adopt her. Okay? If I stick them, all right, I'm going to stick them, I'll give it back to you. All right, if I don't stick them, I'll pay you, whatever. We're not betting because I don't like betting. So give it to me. I'm going to prove it to you that I can stick them. And I say that to a lot of people that question my methods. Guess what? They never give me the bird. I tell them, give me any bird. Any bird. I'm going to stick them. And you know what? All glories to the Most High. All right? I know I'm good at this, so I'm making the video. I don't want to sound like if I'm conceited or nothing like that. But, when you're good at something, you're good at something. Like Mike Tyson is good at knocking people out. Okay, he knows. He'll tell you, okay, I'll knock you out. When he was fighting, he don't care how big the guy was. He would bam, he would knock him out. But a lot of people that were looking on the outside, oh no, that guy brutal, he's too big. He's too big for him. Oh, this other dude, he's too big for him. Yeah, guess what? He kept dropping him. Some people, I heard some people say, oh, nah, that was fixed. He didn't even touch him. Nah, he knew how to put his body into that hook. He doesn't have to go like swing. He's boom. He will bob, boom, bang. Hit him right in the chin. But the people that don't know, they say, oh, that was fixed. No, he know what he was doing. Okay? So, back. So I tell these guys, man, give me any of your homers. I'm going to stick them. Nobody ever gives me one. And let me tell you why. Because if I stick that homer, they automatically going to say the homer is not good. See, that's another misconception. If the homer gets stuck to your loft, that homer is not good. That is a misconception, is a lie. On the contrary, when the homer stays, especially in that short time that those black diamonds stay, they are really good. Now, I'm going to give that bird, if I give that bird back to the guy that gave it to me, for the most part, that bird will come back to me, even though he was born there. You know why? Because he already had babies here 2, 3, 4 times, and he didn't have babies over there. So he already marked this territory. See, those 2 black diamonds right now, they have no female. They have been by themselves all this time. I still let them go out, but they don't go nowhere. They could go. They know where the house is. They could go, and they don't go. You know what? The first birds that come in are those black diamonds all the time. I let them go fly. They fly. The first one they're going out of everybody, those black diamonds. Boom, they now through the trap. Boom, boom. Both of them. The other one, the white ones that were born here, they come later. Okay? So don't let nobody tell you, oh no, that bird, there's no way you can adopt that bird. Okay? There's no way no. You do it. Do it yourself. Watch the body language. Marry them. Put them in the dog cage. I say dog cage, but you can put them anywhere where they can see everywhere. They have to be able to see everywhere. Okay? Look up and look at the bird's behavior. All right? And no matter the weather, believe me, you let them go, that bird's going to stay. Okay? To me, the hardest bird to stick is the homing pigeon. Okay, because they to me, they are the best of all the breeds of pigeons. The other day, my friend Jeff gave me a powder bird that his wife got from Cape Coral, which is about 41 minutes from here. And he grabbed, is a white powder hen and threw it in the loft. And after I don't know, he had it there for a long time. I think 3 months or something like that or more. And after that long, he looked at that bird and said, wait a minute, this is not a homing pigeon. So he called me and he said, hey, I think this bird is a powder. Come and see it. So I went to see it and I said, yeah, that's a powder bird. So he gave it to me. Now, the righteous thing to do, always find the rightful owner. So I looked at the bird, I put it online, I said, look, I have this bird right here, I cover her legs, and I say, if you can tell me, this bird is from Cape Coral, I'm going to put it for 1 month, if you can tell me what the bands in her feet says, I give it to you for free, no charge. Okay? So I put it in there with my hands, no cocks, only hands. When I let my hands out, I grab her, I put her in the dog cage. Okay, first day, she just wanted to fly everywhere, throwing herself against the cage. I said, no, I'm not going to let you go. Second day, same thing. Pa, flying, hitting herself against the cage, looking at the birds flying. Nope. Third day, same thing. On the fourth day, she's trying to get out, only this direction, meaning she wanted to go to the loft. So Her body language told me that she wanted to get out. She was banging the door, wanted to get out, wanted to go there. There she is. Look, there she is. That girl right there, right there, right there. Okay, there she is. Okay, so what her body language told me was that she wanted to go in there. You know what I did? I opened the door, backed up. What did she do? She flew on top of the loft. She flew with the birds. She went on the tree. That's good. She didn't go nowhere. That means she's recognizing the area. She's looking at places that she never looked before from here. But she remembered that she was here eating on the floor. Believe it or not, when you let the birds eat on the floor, that attaches the bird to your loft. Okay? She remembered that. And then she just flew and flew. Guess what? She came down. She came down. She went in there. Through the trap. Over there. She went through the trap. And now she's flying here. You know, if the owner comes, I give it to the owner. I give it to the owner. You know, I got no problem with that. Like with me, you know, Bible says, whatever you sow, that shall you also reap. So if they ever get one of my birds, I want them to give it back to me. That is healthy pigeon racing, man. You know, another thing about that is you don't want to make enemies, man. If somebody gives you a pigeon, they'll give it back to you. You got an enemy. But if somebody gives you a pigeon, you know, and they give it back to you, now you guys are friends. Now you guys can exchange stuff. You know, that's another video I'm going to make about that, okay? Okay. Another thing that I don't recommend doing, man, you have people out there taping. You have people taping this bird's 3 first guide feathers together, okay? And, you know, I call it number 1, number 2, and number 3, but I know in the pigeon world they call it, I guess it's 10, 9, and 8. And the feathers, but I call it the first 3, okay? The stronger ones. They tape it together, okay? And then, yeah, both wings, bird can fly. But don't you know that, first of all, when you do that, it hurts the bird, okay? When you tie them together like that. Why? Because they try to fly, and they can't fly because those are the main feathers for them to fly. Another thing, when you take it off, you're going to damage the feathers. So you're going to end up probably pulling those feathers out. Now, when you pull the feathers out, that hurts the bird. Okay? This is why some homers, they cut the first, which I'm against. I don't do that. Okay? But again, I don't race. Okay? So they cut the first 3 guides, I call it the guides, las guías, the guide feathers. They cut it, and then they wait until it dries, and then they pull it, okay? I don't do that. You don't need to do that. It's not that you don't need to do that. All you have to look is at the body language. Even if you got an old homer, it doesn't matter, okay? Please, don't tape. Don't put tape. All right. All you have to do is what I told you before. You another term is rehoming. Okay, to rehome a bird, to rehome a homing pigeon. Okay. All you have to do is just put it inside of that cage, a cage where they can see all around, and they can see the birds flying here, birds flying there. And put them on the ground, that way they can eat. And when the bird is eating in the ground, he's relaxed. You know, you want the bird to be relaxed in your loft, all right? And then after you see the behavior, after you see the body language of the bird, that he wants to come, and the bird, he wants to get out of the cage to go. That's one of the first signs there. If you see the bird trying to go here, it could be a red flag. Me particularly, when the bird is trying to go there, all over the cage, no, I won't release him. But if it's trying to go only one direction, this way, only to the loft, okay, then that is a good sign that the bird is going to stay. You're going to stick them, all right? Please don't cut, okay? Don't cut the feather, don't wrap it with tape. That glue is bad, it would damage the feathers. And don't pull them out. Don't put soap on the bird, okay? Because they told me, as my bird's flying, just come back. Okay, so that they told me put soap with water on the bird. Please don't do that. Then you're gonna have to get them wet again. Okay, when you put soap, you remove some of the oils. The pigeons got oil. Like for example, my whites, I let them fly, man, in the rain. Those birds don't get wet. All right, it's like when the rain hits, it slides. Well, I'm gonna make a video when it's raining. I'm gonna purposely let them go in the rain. Okay, and you see they sit there and the rain go on them. They take a bath, they open their wings, they love it, okay? But after that, they take off flying, okay? So you are going to, if you put soap and oil, you're going to damage the feathers. You're going to take some of the natural oils that the pigeons have. They're there for a reason. So don't cut, don't pull. There's nothing that hurts the pigeon more than when you pull a good feather. All right, oh my gosh, I gave this guy a baby bird to raise. As soon as he got it, he cut the first 3 wings. I'm like, what are you doing? I know fanciers do that, but this feathers weren't even grown right. I mean, if you look at the very bottom, it still have blood in it. He cut it. I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. I know some fanciers do. I don't agree with that, man. You know, at least if you're gonna do that, wait until the feather is fully grown, then cut it. Then wait about 3 weeks so it will dry. This is what they say, and then they pull it. But who's to say that don't hurt the pigeon too? No, you gotta cut it, you gotta wait until it dries, and then you pull it, it won't hurt the pigeon. Why, you a pigeon? Have you ever had feathers? All right? That hurts the bird. Imagine pulling your hair. Ah! Imagine pulling my beard. No, that hurts, man. Okay? Oh, okay, I'm gonna cut my beard, and then it's not gonna hurt, it's gonna dry. I mean, I cannot compare that with that, because this is hair, and that's feathers. But the thing is, it hurts the pigeon when you pull it. All right, so don't do that. You don't need to do that to rehome a bird. You don't need to do that to adopt a bird. You don't need to do that to stick a bird. Okay, there's a lot of different terminologies. All you need to do, man, leave the bird alone with the wind, you know, with the feathers and everything. Just put them for about 2-3 weeks in a cage where they can see all around. Let that bird feel comfortable in there. Let them eat and everything. Okay, there's different factors, and I already talked about it. All right, if it's an adult bird, just marry the bird with another bird that is already stuck to your loft. Okay, and then when the bird is about to lay eggs, then let him go, and vice versa. Okay, all right. So, yeah, that's. Let me see something else. It's a lot of things that as I come up with, as I remember, okay, I am going to talk about it and let you know. Okay, the ultimate thing, man. Listen, don't hurt your bird, man. Don't hurt your bird. Don't starve your birds to rehome them, to adopt them, to stick them. Don't starve them to death. Don't cut the wings. Don't put tape in the feathers. They rehome themselves the way they are. I'm gonna do another video where I go to the pet shop and I buy a bird and I'm gonna rehome them. I'm gonna record how to rehome without doing none of that stuff. All right, so that's about it for now. If I remember anything else, I'll make another video. You guys have a beautiful and a blessed day. Please subscribe to my channel. Send me your channel. I subscribe to yours, and we can help each other that way. Okay, thank you for watching, and you have a blessed day.